In cloudy conditions, Johnny Bairstow opened up with a mid-wicket 4 off McGoffin. He repeated the act for another boundary and Jack Leaning got going as well, cutting Hatchett to the ropes to move to 80. Yorkshire at this stage 224 for the loss of 3 wickets. Leaning produced a lovely shot, a drive for extra cover, another 4 from Hatchett. He repeated the shot for another 4 during the same over. And then a fortunate boundary down to fine leg by Leaning brought up the 100 partnership and took his own total into the 90s. Bairstow then went to his 50 with the 4 fours. He followed that up with a 6 down to fine leg. A second bonus point scored by Yorkshire, with Leaning clipping a 2 through the gully off McGoffin. Then a moment of real drama as Leaning fell for 99 with a brilliant reflex return catch by Treadwell for a caught and bowled. Disappointment for Leaning, but I'm sure a ton will come soon for this fine young player. Enter Aaron Finch, but a short stay for the Australian as he was caught on his crease by McGoffin, trapped LBW for 3 with the score on 267. Bresnan joined Bairstow at lunch, Yorkshire 274 for 5. Bairstow 69, Bresnan 3 and Yorkshire in arrears by just 42. Straight after lunch, Bairstow got underway with 3 runs off John Lewis. Tim Bresnan got into action with a mid-wicket 6 off Treadwell. Should just add Yorkshire now 288 for 5. Bresnan also crashed Treadwell to the boundary as the spinner dropped short through the offside. The 300 came up for Yorkshire and they steadily went towards the Sussex total of 316. The pair continued to score very well, and at 331 for 5, Bairstow was on 99 and hoping not to suffer the fate of Jack Leaning, who'd gone earlier 1 short of his century. He played right through the leg side and was saluted by the crowd and the Yorkshire players for a splendid century. Tim Bresnan was playing well and he blasted Hatchett from an over pitch delivery, and once again he followed it up with a similar shot and the same outcome, the boundary. Johnny Bairstow was now playing beautifully and commanding the bowling. The 100 partnership came up to help the Yorkshire cause. A leg side glance off McGoffin saw Bresnan to his 50. A fine innings. He repeated the boundary with a blast through the offside, and at tea, Yorkshire were going pretty well. 382 for 5. Bairstow now 120 and Bresnan 58. The final session started with Yorkshire hoping to increase the tempo in an attritional match. Bresnan was missed at slip by Hamilton Brown after cutting at Treadwell. At this stage, Yorkshire 391 for 5. Now the charge was on, and this was indicated by the attitude of Bairstow, who produced a huge 6 off Treadwell. But then a wicket. Bresnan bowled by McGoffin for 68. The Australian, an excellent bowler who kept going for out. Azim Rafi joined Bairstow and he got into the act by hitting McGoffin for 4 down to fine leg. But his stay was a short one as he went for 14, a victim for Treadwell as John Lewis took the catch. Rich Pyra joined Johnny Bairstow and produced a fine reverse sweep for 4 off Treadwell. The signs were there that Yorkshire were looking to step on the gas. Bairstow's 150 came up with 8 fours and 2 sixes. He crashed another huge 6 off Treadwell as the pursuit for quick runs continued. At 470 for 7, Yorkshire declared a lead of 154. Bairstow 161 not out, Pyra unbeaten on 20. Now the search on for quick wickets. Sussex came back to the crease. They had some anxious moments, but they held out to finish on 21 for no wicket from 10 overs. Wells on 4, Nash on 17. Bring on day 4.